Peace and blessings, love and light, and welcome to day 167 of the 365-day challenge. It's your girl Kim, and happy Monday. I hope that you all are having a spectacular day. Mine has been exceptionally long, and so this post is coming a little later than normal. But I want to take time from my office here and from my little studio here to talk about additional healthy habits that we're creating, mind, body, and spirit. And we've been talking about the physical. Yesterday we talked about snacks. You know, we have a couple of weeks, the 4th of July coming up. We had Father's Day yesterday. And, people were barbecuing and out and about. And we talked about snacks and we talked about label reading. And I wanted to just dig a little deeper into the label reading and the importance of it. We talked about snacks and we talked about chips. And yesterday I talked about looking at the ingredients. I've had two of my friends who checked in yesterday with the day 166, and they were like, yeah, I turned over my potato chip bag, Kim, and guess what? I saw that there were only 4 ingredients, or there were only 3 ingredients. You were right. Okay, this was something that I learned along the way in my wellness journey, to look at the back of the bag. And you'll notice if you look at a bag of plain chips versus those, adding any type of seasoning, salt and vinegar, barbecue, anything, how that changes the processing of of the product that you're eating. Okay, so it's important for us to read labels for several reasons, and I wrote a few of them down. We look at those labels so that we can make informed and healthier choices. Like you said, if we're still in the process of being on our wellness journey and we have not gotten past that point of resisting certain snacks, let's try to make the healthiest choices that we can make. And what we can do by doing that is looking for fewer ingredients, fewer processing things that are done to the food that we're eating. It's important also that we know the contents of a particular item that we're eating, so that way it doesn't, we don't have any allergic reactions to them. For instance, you have some items that are made in a factory where peanuts are made, and people have peanut allergies. So what happens in those instances? If you don't read that, you may have an allergic reaction. You say, I never had a reaction to this before. And you're thinking that you're having a reaction to the food. No, you're having a reaction to the place where the food was processed, because something that you were allergic to was in that same space. Okay, one thing that I learned very early on, I don't eat pork or beef. It's been almost 30 years. But guess what? I saw some chicken sausage and I was like, oh, I think I want to have this. And when I read the label, I realized that it was encased in pig skin. Or it was and so, here it is, or pork skin, and here it is. I'm thinking that, oh, it's chicken sausage, and I would have had a reaction to it and not understood why. So it's important for us to read labels for that reason as well. Not only that, we can look at it for salt content. We can also look at it for sugar content, especially if we're trying to curb our sugar intake. Making sure they're not using other words and familiarizing ourselves with the other words for sugar. That's a simple Google search to find out what other words are substitute words for sugar, and seeing if those items are on the back of our thing. And then, more importantly than anything else, we want to check out that serving size. We talked about that a week or so ago, talking about serving sizes and the importance of realizing that if it says it's 160 calories, how many servings are they saying is in that bag? Okay? Or if they say that it's 200 calories and they're saying there's 3 servings in that bag, we've got to divide that number. We've got to multiply that number by 3 if we eat the entire thing. So we're thinking, oh, well, it's only 200 calories and we ate the whole bag, and then we find out it's 3 servings. We've had 600 calories. So it is important for us to look at the labels for information. Look at it if it's saying fat-free, sugar-free. Are you turning it over and looking at the ingredients to be sure that that's what they're doing? They're trying to appeal to those things that we know are going to make us pick up that product, but we need to turn it over and make sure that what's really in there is what they're saying. Okay? So it is important to read your labels. It's important to familiarize yourself with the labels, the serving sizes, what's being put in it, where it's being processed, because all of these things are going to be, instrumental in how your wellness journey is going to go. You're wondering, well, I'm having a healthy snacks, but are you having them in disproportionate sizes? Those are things that are important to think about. Are you having reactions and having inflammation to things because they're being processed with things that you may have an allergic reaction to? So it's important to read those labels, understand those labels, familiarize yourself with those labels. But do the potato chip test. If anything else, go in your store. That's your assignment for today or for tomorrow. Go into the store, pick up a plain bag of potato chips, see what the ingredients are, and then see how the ingredients change when you just add barbecue flavor or salt and vinegar or cheese or anything to it. You can do the same thing with popcorn or anything like that. Look and see how it changes, and then see, if you can start doing that with other items and making sure that you're checking out those serving sizes on that small bag of potato chips, which may be 2 servings or 3 servings, and you think it's just one because of the way it's packaged. Okay, so again, that's your assignment. Okay, make sure that you have a most spectacular day for the rest of the day, the remainder of your day. Be sure that you are sprinkling self-love and self-care all over yourself. And I hope that these tips and tricks are going to help you as you go along your wellness journey. We are 167 days in, my friends. 167 opportunities to change our habits for healthier habits, so that way, again, mind, body, and spirit, and overall wellness becomes a habit. And with that, I say I will see you guys tomorrow. Again, have a most spectacular evening. I say peace.